my coinaholics? So we got ourselves a little mail day here from Mr. Scott Holliday, one of my loyal patrons. Thank you, sir. You sent me some coins that you wanted me to take a look at, so we shall do that tonight. Yeah, here's my full name, Sean Davidson. No relation to Harley Davidson, apparently. So, let's see what we got here. Holy smokes! It's quite a load. All right, let's get our little thingamajig all set up here. And let's go ahead and do the reveal. So, from what I understand, Mr. Scott Holliday sent me some various die breaks. And what I'll do is go through each one. Ooh, that's looking pretty. That's a nice, brilliant red uncirculated piece there. Die breaks in the date and mint mark. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Sounds like die chips. Oh, what do we got here? 54S, double die reverse, number 1. E pluribus unum. So we'll go ahead and take a look. I think that's the one you wanted me to take a look at. So all of these coins were actually going to go under the microscope. BIE scent. Looks good. I could see it from a mile away, man. Man, you have a keen eye, that's for sure. 55. IIBIE. So we're talking about a couple conjoined die breaks or little chips that form the I, B, and E. Looking nice. So we're going to take a look at everything here. Ooh, now this is a favorite of mine. 2015 P Philadelphia Homestead Quarter Double Die Reverse. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to check this bad boy out. Oh, yeah. Oh, another one. Man, you're making my day. You're making my day. Look at this. Another one with reverse die breaks. Is that the one on top of the roof or under the bucket? We'll find out. We will find out. Oh, my God. We got a nice bounty here, ladies and gentlemen. There's another BIE set. 1960D small date obverse. Doubling on lips and chin. Let's see, die marker. Die crack through shoulder. Smaller crack to the north. Ooh. Yeah, we'll check that one out too. Oh, 1960D small date reverse die cud break. Yeah, we'll look at that one too. That one looks nice. Oh, there's another Homestead. Another BIE. Man, you've been raiding someone's gem BU lot of 55S's. Well played, man. Well played. Another 55S. Jeez, you're spoiling me, man. Spoiling me. It looks like a various different types of progressions of this die break that we're going to look at. Very nice. Left wheat stock. Probably was, yeah, well, we'll check it out. Probably some interior die break chipping. What do we got here? Another 55S die break. Date and mint mark. Oh boy. Another 60D. How about that? I'll tell you what, let's group all the 60Ds and then we'll go through all the 55S's. I could tell already you got a nice little crop of stuff here, Scott. And so we'll actually do the 57D first. We'll take a look at these and then we're going to get to the big boys right here, these Homestead quarters. So let's go under the microscope, but before we do, I'm sure Scott has spent some time on this site, but it's called Cuds on Coins. So if you got a die break, die chip, interior die break, various cuds, you could go on here and more than likely it's already attributed. Okay, but if you found a brand new one, okay, they will take it and they will put it up. Okay, you can either submit the coin for higher grade photography, or if you have good photography on your own, you could send out your images to these folks. So, let's get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the first coin, and it's the 57D BIE, if you know what I mean. All right, so check out the little right there between a B and a E. So when you have a die break or a little chip that fills in the section there between the B and the E, okay, it's called a BIE cent or a BI. It's a common die crack, but people love to collect these. And this 57D is absolutely freaking marvelous. It's a good looking coin there, Scott. So that's a great start there to this one. So here comes all of the 55S's, okay? This one has the die chipping in the date. Definitely have my approval, especially when you have a number of the digits in the date affected and the mint mark. Holy smokes. Now, if you could find one, Scott, that's more advanced than this, where you actually have the actual breaks combining a couple of the digits and then going into the mint mark, that, sir, would be a heck of a find. But this is a cool find nonetheless. See that? There's even a little bit of a die break in Lincoln's head right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. So right there. Right there, and then there's a little bit, it's kind of goes in a line. That's also a nice little thing that I like to look at on these coins. There's a reverse. So I have some good news, Scott. On this particular coin, you actually have a retained die break on the back that's actually going to form into a cud. So you have one crack here and then the other one right here. Okay, so you have that, and then you have all this stuff here in the wheat stalk. And they all combine together to form two lines that go right to the edge. Okay, that's a retained die break right on the edge. So that is eventually going to degrade into a cud. Now, here's the good news. I've sold coins like this, especially the 55S, with the retained die break like this right on the edge, for as high as $25. So with that being said, the combination of the die chips and the date, and I'll actually write a little something on the 2x2, Scott, so that way you know when I send it back to you, that it does indeed have the early die progression that's very evident of a reversed retained die break. I didn't know if you saw that or not. So here's another BIE. Oh my God, mama, that is awesome. This is like the beginning stages of a tiny chip. Where's that? Right there. You see the little piece that drops from the B and then goes into the E. That's smooth, brother. Again, you have quite an eye. Quite an eye. And then you have a little bit of a die chip in the 9, and it looks like you have a mild repunched mint mark. You could see a little bit of the splitting in the serifs right here in the top right. Okay, so it's a RPM tilt. It's a minor one, but it's an RPM nonetheless. Very cool. Let's check out that reverse. Okay, so you have a die chip there in the wheat stalk. And some more on the right side. Not too bad. And then also on the tip of the wheat stalk up here also. Not too shabby. That's a good looking coin. All right, so here's the next 55S. Ooh, check out the later progression. This is the later progression from the coin I just showed you previously. You could tell it's a later state because of the extra crack that's coming up off of the northwest corner of the letter B on there. Wow, that's incredible. That's neat. And then you have this gnarly little guy right here going through Lincoln's jacket, that big old crack. And then that thing, and then there's a little something on the 2x2. I don't know what it is. It might be a hair or something. And there you go. Nothing much there on the date. Let's see. No big cracks on there. All right. And that wheat stock looks clean. And this one looks pretty kosher as well. That's a good looking coin also. All right, so here's another one. It says here, this one's a BIE also. Yeah, not bad. This is probably the earliest progression of the number 2 coin I showed you in the 55S's. So, not quite all the way across to the B. I don't know if this would be classified as a BIE. I think it is. Only because it's part of the progression of the stage of that particular die chip. Ooh, but look at that. Oh, mama. That's a big old gnarly die chip in the 5 right there. You guys see that? Right there. Very cool. His skull is clean. It's got a slight little crack in there, but nothing really to write home to mom about. And then this wheat stock is clean. There's just a few cracks in there, pretty minor. And then this side, ooh, look at that. You got another retained die crack, Bubba. So you got this crack up here that goes to the edge, and then you got this one here at the bottom that's pretty evident. And as you can see, it's connected all the way across on both endpoints to the rim. That's another $25 coin right there, brother, especially in this kind of condition. I sell them all day long for that kind of money. Sell them on eBay. I throw them on as a 7-day auction, and they take off like wildfire. So here's another BIE, and boy, this one is full across both letters there. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Believe it or not, that's the cleanest date I've seen out of the 5 coins we've looked at. Nothing remarkable up here. And the motto. And then on this one, yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. You got a little bit of that, the metal flow, which indicates a little bit of a deteriorated die. And let's see. This one, even though it has the big crack that goes to the edge on the bottom side, it does not complete to the top. Therefore, it's just a die crack and not a retained die break. A retained die break is pretty much the chunk of die has broken off, but it's still attached to the die because it's sitting in the collar. But that's a good looking coin too. Hope you guys are enjoying these close-ups. Holy smokes, what do we have here? Oh boy. Bye-bye birdie, right? Whew. That's a good one. That there boy is good. All right. Date's not too bad. A few little cracks there. Okay, and here's the reverse. Pretty clean. I don't see anything worth noting here. Okay, we got a couple more left in the 55S's. Scott hooked us up. Okay, this one is die break at the mint mark and in the date. Look at that. The whole S is completely filled. And it's pretty nice. Oh yeah, and you got a little bit of a break in the see that line? It looks like a hairline. That's actually a partial break in Lincoln's jacket. A little something on his scalp. They do make a shampoo for that, you know, Lincoln. Good old Abe. Yeah. Pretty nice. Nice coin. Not much going on except with the date there. And this one is, let's see, I don't think there's anything fantastic on this one. It's on the reverse, actually. Yeah, date's pretty clean. This coin is pretty blemish-free in terms of cracks. Yeah, check out that weed stock there. Looks like it might be a die gouge. Whoops, right there. That went across there. Doesn't look like a crack. It looks like a gouge. And then you got some cracks in the weed stock heading up there. You got another partial routine die break, but it doesn't go all the way through into another edge. They have to meet at 2 points on the edge in order for it to be a routine die break. So, all right, that covers the 55 S's. Let's look at the 60 D's. Doubling on lips and chin. I don't know. Let's check it out. All right. So I don't know if you checked out the Copper Coins website on this one, Scott. But this right here is machine doubling, if I've ever seen one. I've seen a ton of these with the doubled looking profile, but it's shelf-like right along here. So it's a neat effect nonetheless. Let's see, the reverse should be relatively clean. Yeah, not too bad. It's a good looking coin. That'd be definitely one you could hold on to, so that way you have a reference of their machine doubling. This one right here is a reverse die cut. Again, cuds affect the edge of the rim right here. Okay, interior die breaks or chips are things that look like this, as far as the vernacular goes. So yeah, you don't really want to call that a cud because it's not. But dang, that's a good looking one. It's like a big old piece of snow or ice hanging off the side there. All right, here is another reverse cud, version 2, I guess. Die cud inside upper loop of O and 1. Die cud lower left side of monument. So, let's see, O and 1 right there, and then a little doodah right here. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the coin. Yeah. You see that leftmost column, you got a die crack running up the north-south on that. It's so minor that it doesn't make too much of a difference, but, you know, that's the type of thing that, you know, this is an earlier die state to something bigger for that particular date. All right, so we have come to the Homestead quarters. These are all 2015 P. So you guys there on the West Coast, East Coast, that are fortunate enough to come across these, yeah, you have quite a nice varieties hunting bounty on your hands for this particular date and mint mark. So this one right here is labeled reverse STC. So I'm trying to determine what that exactly is, because the doubling only occurs on the center pane right here. So all the action is in here in one of those little windows. So you would typically look in there. Generally, you'll have some die breaks under the bucket and on top of the roof as well. So this is, I don't know what STC is, Scott, but going through this, I don't see anything noteworthy. I mean, there is a little bit of a tiny die break to the left of the window pane there. I don't know if you guys see it. A little bit of raised metal. But aside from that, that's what we got for that one. So this one is reverse die breaks version 2. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So you can see what looks to be the beginning stages of a die break underneath the bucket right here, which is usually the hot spot, the common area for such a thing. But yeah, you see a tiny little die break on the corn. Oh, there you go. Check that thing out. Looks like a little squirrel right there, just sitting on the roof. How cool is that, guys? Plus, you also have some on the top of the windowsill on the topmost. Boom and boom. A little double. A twofer deal. A BOGO. Buy one, get one. Wow. Now, they don't all have that. Let me check out the one before that. No, they don't. Yeah. This one right here is the only one with a squirrel on the roof. See that right there? It looks like a squirrel. It really does. That's crazy. So here's another one. This one is STB, whatever that means. Looks to be there's a little bit of a die break underneath the pump right here. Or maybe that's a little lamination peel. Something there. Man, I wish I could find a whole bunch of Homestead quarters. The Philadelphias. They're just tough as nails to find around these parts. Tough as nails. All right, so we got another one here. STA, so it's version A. There you go. That's it. That same little anomaly underneath the pump. Right there. Strike through, I guess. ST, strike through. Yeah, I think that's the other, let's see, the very first one. I thought, oh, I don't even know what's on there. Strike through C. Yep, right there. So there's a little early progression on this one. Tiny, tiny, it looks like a little scratch, but sure enough, that's a strike through area. All right. Man, I was hoping there'd be a double die in there, bub. Another easy to find. All right, so here is the one that he was very interested in knowing something about, and this is the 54S. It says DDR001, so that's that one there. I could only speculate he's already checked this out on like Lincoln Cent Resource or Copper Coins for the designation, but let's see here. Kind of hard to tell. Kind of hard to tell. Huh. E pluribus unum, doubled. So I'm trying to get the lights so that way I could see the dots. Because if E pluribus unum is doubled, the dot will be elongated. It'll look like a bean. I'm not seeing it on this one, so I'm venturing to get, well, yeah, it's slightly elongated. Yeah, I take that back. Slightly elongated. If you could see the little dot there between the E and the P. It's not quite circular, it's elongated, which would indicate a double die. Yes! I mean, take a look at that. Take a look at that motto, though. It's all stretched out and everything. And, you could tell something's going on because a lot of the crossbars and all that and the letters are a little bit chunkier. So, yeah, that's a good one. You just had to change the lighting perspective to get an idea. But Scott, Thank you, sir. That was awesome. A lot of great stuff. Great to see some stuff from the East Coast, or east of the Mississippi, rather. I will get these back out to you tomorrow, sir. Fantastic little educational lesson in die breaks, cuds, and strike throughs and things of that nature. If you guys have questions, comments, post them below. Come check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And most importantly, the best way you could support my channel, as always, is to go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Of course, I love them likes. So keep liking my videos and I'll like you more. Like, for sure. So you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.